Hi and welcome to this week's Headlines. I'm Keith Kam. Let's get started with the highlights. First off, last Sunday's protest against a church in Taman Medan in Serdang spun into a discussion of the IGP's brothers' involvement and the possibility of police bias, the legality of non-Muslim places of worship in commercial premises, and ended with an announcement by the Selangor Menteri Besar that the cross be put back in place. Now, have you paid your traffic summonses? Well, the cops will be starting Ops Warta soon, where they go from house to house looking for those of you who have warrants of arrest issued. Better go check if you are who the cops are looking for. Now, over in southern Chile, the Cabulco volcano has erupted. This is the first time in 43 years, and in the latest reports, ash from the eruptions have covered an area 150 kilometers wide, and this has affected flights as well. And now for our main story of the week, something we all hate but absolutely need, because let's face it, we cannot save money lah. The Employees Provident Fund, yay. The EPF handles a lot of money, and I mean a really lot of money, considering there are 14 million members in Malaysia. Just consider yourself, me, your colleagues. Look at your pay slips. See the deductions for EPF there. Multiply that by 14 million. You get the picture, right? The money is invested in all kinds of instruments. You have stocks, you have equities, you have bonds, you have property. This is not just in Malaysia, but abroad as well. Typically, the dividends from these interests earned are more than your regular fixed deposits. We are talking about 6% or so. The compounding effect can also be quite impressive. Now, there are instances where you can withdraw a portion of your EPF. This is when you turn 50, when you want to buy your first home, for when you want to further your studies, etc., etc. Malaysians now live longer. The official retirement age has been adjusted upwards from 55 to 60. This is the reason why EPF is in the spotlight this week. The fund has announced 4 enhancements to the way they do things. First, to address the higher retirement age, EPF has proposed to increase the age for full withdrawal of savings. But the options are 1. Take everything out at 55 but still earn dividends as you continue to work until 60, or 2. Increase the full withdrawal age to 60, and this will be done in stages. Second, since the minimum wage requirement went into effect last year, employers and employees' contributions will now be aligned to reflect that 900 ringgit minimum. Thirdly, the option to continue keeping your savings there after 60 until you reach age 75. Remember how I said earlier that the interest at EPF is normally higher and it is compounded? Well, you'll enjoy that. You can also withdraw your savings at this point whenever you want. Fourth, introducing a Sharia-compliant retirement savings program. Currently, while not Sharia-compliant, EPF calls their investments ethically conventional. As you can see, they've proposed alternatives to the current setup. So why bring this up in such a challenging time for the economy? Well, they've raised this topic in a media briefing in their latest annual report. Also, the EPF CEO, Datuk Sharil Riza Rizwan, has expressed how the rakyat's feedback is essential to making a decision.
We've still seen basically a lot of people coming into the system and providing feedback. I think a lot of the feedback we've gotten, and this is really a very, very transparent process. We know a lot of people have taken part and engaged with us on this. So we would like to encourage members to keep coming in. This is their chance to provide direct feedback to us.
So far, there have been more than 30,000 Malaysians who have responded to the EPF survey. It is a substantial amount, but it is not enough. So to find out more about the rakyat's opinion, we took it to the streets to ask people what they thought about it.
To be honest, what I think about EPF is, I think it's pretty fair enough, because at the end of the day, you still have savings there.
I think they should stick to the 55 years old full withdrawal. If you stretch to a later age, I think a lot of problems crop up.
They're not doing too bad a job. And the fact that they're paying out, I think like 4.5% interest, which is good compared to a lot of institutions like the banks and all that.
It's a bit shocking because out of nowhere they just say they want to withdraw around, I think they say 60, because it's kind of bad news to some parents that excited to draw out their EPF.
Many have trust issues with the amount of money, our money, that the EPF handles. A lot of it will be invested in infrastructure projects in the country. This means the government will have a lot of say in it as well. Many have been waiting their whole lives to be able to use their EPF savings to pay off debts. That's good financial planning. There are even those who want EPF to provide financial planning advice so they can enjoy retirement like any happy old Malaysian. Even Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak weighed in on the topic.
I want to assure the rakyat that EPF members will retain their right to withdraw at the age of 55.
That's his take on the subject. Option to full withdrawal at 55, still contribute beyond that until age 60. Datuk Sharil gives his feedback on the PM's announcement as well.
We welcome, I think, basically the fact that the Prime Minister has actually been very supportive of our public consultation. I think, if you notice from his comment at Invest Malaysia, I think even he acknowledged the exercise has been a huge success so far.
So with the online survey still ongoing, members can and should give their feedback on the 4 proposed alternatives. It will help the EPF decide how they can handle our money. Closing date is May 5th. Thanks for watching this week's headlines. Tell us what you think of the show and what you think the EPF should do in the comments below. It is a democracy, you know. I'm Keith Calm, telling you to keep calm and have a great weekend ahead.